Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back to Lana's Little Things with me, specialist gerontologist Dr. Lana. Welcome back to our channel where we are talking all things living agelessly, bridging generational gaps, family caregiving, you know how that goes, entrepreneurship, and just life itself. And how was your week? Okay, so it's summer most places except like Australia where they're having their winter. So, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I love the feedback from wherever you are. It's so exciting to see just a topic on aging just expanding in your comments. Like, thank you. Keep it coming, keep it coming. So, what we're going to talk about today is something that I don't know, the gents might like, the ladies might like. Hmm, the ladies gonna like it. You're gonna like this one. Gents too, for different reasons. Uh, wow. So I'm attending a conference, a special, more than a conference, means a lot to me this weekend. And I've noticed as I've gone over and over, it's my faith based convention. And every year I've been more than 20 years now. Every single year, the section where we have for the older persons who, they may need assistance or so, that has mushroomed in the past, I'd say 10 years. Definitely mushroomed in the last couple of years, but it has been steadily increasing. And, I hadn't done gerontology then, so I'm like, well, women live longer than men. So, it's a fact because we just better. No, we're not. But there are factors that increase the longevity of women that don't seem to do it with men. And why is that disparity? Well, for those of you who are in family caregiving, especially if you have your loved one is a female, I'm not this is just comparisons, this is science. If you are an older lady or you're an older gentleman, listen carefully. Listen carefully because it is not just a one size fits all. It's not just, I'm not saying this is not a gender discussion. This is not a women versus man discussion. Although we could do that later. Put a plug in the comments if you want to just see a ladies versus gents discussion. There we go. I think we'll win every time, ladies. Woo woo! So, I looked and 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 I've been looking and I'm thinking, there are more and more and more older females, not all in great health, but they're still able to get up and around. And even if the males, brave it and they have their third leg, assistance, cane, walker, whatever, they're fewer and fewer and fewer. And I'm thinking this cannot be a coincidence. And how sad, right? But it can't be all sad. This is not a channel of sad. So I will start off with we're going to talk about why is this life expectancy gap between men and women? Is it real? Is it imagined? And if it's not imagined, but it's real, the three sections of considerations that I'd love you to pay attention to. So listen up. This is going to be a hot one. Well, that's what we say in the Caribbean generally, right? We say hot one meaning just like exciting. I think you say that other places too. Anyway, I digress. So having looked at that, I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna live longer and better health, and there we go, and woo, one for women, take one for the team. Okay, so no, I am a physician. My tenet is to be balanced and well, fair. Let's just put it that way. But the reality is, let's just look at the reality. Before you start throwing darts, okay. So the facts are If you go back to previous centuries, women, well, men were at war, so women still tended to kind of live by default longer than men. Uh, but let's go closer. 2010, same time I've been talking about. I've noticed, and it's like it's not an accident, but it's been progressing. Women, from studies that have been shown, and I'm using my main information from universities, collection of universities I would have looked at, but I found the um, online graduate in Florida, University of Florida, to have given me, thank you, University of Florida, to have given me a quite nice, neat package comprehensive study. So thank you very much. Um, and the connection will be there in the link posted below. And if you have any questions or you want the link or you're interested in their university and the work that they're doing with older persons and Asian research, I applaud you. So, blah, blah, blah. Let's get rid of the preamble. So in 2010, okay, let's say that's what, 15 years ago? Not long. It's not generations, it's not decades, it's not millennia, for sure. The life projected, based on all the facts and all the research, life expectancy for women was about 4.8. Well, let's say 5. We live on average 5 years longer than men did. Come to 2021, we're 1 year into, this is significant, 1 year into COVID-19. Remember, COVID-19 is still here. Okay, it's mutated, it's mixed, it's merged, it's made friends, it's coming back, it's flu season, it's summer, it's winter, it's here to stay. Just please, for the sake of medicine, please remember that COVID-19 is still here with all its attendant dangers. Please stay safe. That's just my heart to yours. Please stay safe. Now, in 2021, that gap, the year after COVID-19 onset, went to 5.8 years. Well, 6 years. So we gained a year. We gained a year in the year of what I call the plague, the 21st century plague. Okay, what about 2021? Next decade, in that decade. What about if we project those born in 2021, now expected to live 6 years longer than their male counterparts. Now, before we start blowing horns and saying woo woo for women, this is a there. Yes, there are factors that I totally agree, and I would have been in a conversation and listening and maybe having my own opinion. Of course, I mean, because I do, and we have a seat at the table. Women live longer than men, but why? So there, in the three sections that we're going to talk about tonight, the time we have, because Lord knows we could go on and on for this. I can, sure. We're going to just talk about three factors and two subsets of those very briefly. So we're going to just touch the surface because this is a hot topic and it's touch the surface. First of all, the factors that you cannot change. Biology, as in from medicine, I mean medically correct. The genetics is gender assigned to you at birth is a gender doctors have been advised to use. And the genetic biologic factors, physiologic, hormonal, and other biologic factors, those disparities, I mean, we can't change them because your biology, your DNA, how you came, how you were developed, how you came out, how we started, uh, is unchangeable. It might be modifiable, but it's unchangeable. So, for sake of clarity and to go with medical research, we doctors have been we doctors, as far as I'm aware, we go by the gender assigned to you at birth. So, biologic factors. We're just going to clarify that for sure. So that we're staying all correct, politically and all neutral and as scientific as we possibly can. Because science, I rely on the science. We rely on the science. So that's one. And that's something that you'd say, well, I can't change. I can modify, I can't change. Well, if I can't change, well, hey, let me just like whatever and just wait for my time. No, there's two other sections, boxes that affect us all as human beings, and that's lifestyle factors. Not only that, that's social factors. So we got three: biology, lifestyle, or social network. All right, social. Hmm. Let's deal with the bit that we cannot, that we are unable to change. The biology is that apart from genetic aberrances, XX means female, X, Y is male. The males get their X chromosome from their mom, their Y from dad, but because Y from dad will predispose, males have XY chromosomes. That brings with it the testosterone, the all the things that make up boy, male. Females have XX. So that's chromosomes from dad, chromosomes from mom, who can only be X. Well, yeah, have become XX, and that's why we're female. Chromosomes from in a male come, the X comes from mom, Y comes from dad. So you're a male biologically. How does that, you can say put you, I don't want to say put you at a disadvantage, but how does that explain this gap that seems to be widening, huh? Gents, pay attention. Why is this gap widening? So your life expectancy, minute you're conceived, that sperm hit the egg, okay. Um, is there a slight genetic advantage that females seem to have from birth? I know this is gonna be in every um what we call social event in generally this is a hot topic no matter what. Females, we're just dealing with facts. We have two X's. Now if you had a weaker how can I put it? What's the analogy? If you had you have two, one is stronger, one is weaker. Um Bank account, let's just say one is less, one is more. Which bank account are you gonna kind of like tend to rely on if it's a crisis? The bank account with more, right? Okay, so in this case, I don't know if that was a great analogy, but because of two X's, we females kind of have the biology goes to the choice of if you have a more genetically unstable X, then the favor to keep for living, for just being alive, goes towards the X chromosome that has less of a disadvantage, less of a disease propensity, less of of a propensity to have non-communicable diseases, higher life expectancy. Males, you only got one X. That's it. You got the Y, yes, but you only got the one X. So if something goes wrong with your X or goes wrong with your Y, well, we're saying females have the X advantage. Then if something's happening with your X, you can only pick the Y. You only got X from mom. So, no, it's not mom's fault. But you only have one X and one Y. So it's a genetic disadvantage. Disadvantage. Because of that genetic difference, females are going to have more estrogen than males. Estrogen is heart protective. Estrogen is protective to your circulatory system, so it's brain protective. So overall, if your heart lives longer, well, then you're going to live longer. If your brain lives longer, then your quality of life might be longer as you live longer. So our higher levels of estrogen, yes, it's a negative. There's a plus and a minus. There's always a silla and Charybdis in here. But generally, estrogen has a positive effect on our heart and circulatory system. So we're less prone to the heart disease than males may have. They may just, heart disease might just hit them faster, more severely than it does with females. You see that in the emergency room all the time. The man come, it's a higher, uh, more severe seemingly heart or cardiovascular condition, and it's more challenging to treat. However, that's what you can't control. Good news is there's so many more things that you can control. And what are those? We're going to deal with them, and they each have two subsets, remember: lifestyle and social. And I'm going to deal with the lifestyle because social kind of like, it can be debated. But lifestyle, and that can be debated too. But generally, men and women have different daily habits. Yes, it's not gender discriminatory to say women have been home, schooled, to be home, we're natural nurturers. We're going to make sure the house is clean, the children are done, uh, things to do with habits, of healthy habits. I know dads, come on, dads. I've got brothers too. I got, in laws as well, male in laws, all right. It's usually a slap dash. You want peanut butter and jelly? Okay, here you go. Love you, bye. Females, do you have your carrots? Do you have your sandwich? Does your sandwich have any protein? Do you have your drink? Do you have your water? Do you have your lunch box? Do you have your shoes? Do you have your socks? It's just a different way of doing things. Yes, some of it is nature, but some of it is nurture as well. And so because of that daily behavior, in terms of being inclined to be nurturers, women seem to have the advantage. Men, not that you're slapdash, no. But uh, uh, the likelihood, remember, we're talking of lifestyle. The research has shown that men tend to participate in generally unhealthy, non heart healthy habits, smoking. And this is due to a lot of environmental factors, which is really sad, breaks my heart, because men from 8 to 80 sometimes, they're not brought up in the best of environment because men can toughen it out, right? So you got to get hard when you're young. In the Caribbean, for sure, men don't cry. In the Caribbean, for sure. It's lessening. I'm so happy to see it. But men don't, you know, they do man things. We do the hard. Y'all do the hard work, the laborious work, the you go up in the rigs, row, row. You do the tools in the shed. What's your likelihood that you might get injured? Men sheds, men socializing, men engaging in lifestyle factors tends to be, that's a high stress and a low outlet. High stress, low outlet. So they tend to consume more alcohol. This is general, this is science. They tend to smoke more. That's going to shorten your lifespan. I mean, it just is. Women are trying to catch up in the smoking, but smoking is hazardous to your health. Nobody know how. No apologies for that statement. Smoking is hazardous to anybody's health, but men haven't taken it up earlier and haven't it taken it up more frequently and under different times of stressors and different things, and just the way of um, where they work has more hazardous jobs and a lifestyle tendency that goes towards unhealthy. Gents, I know you can change this. And so it starts with, you can control that. You can control your daily behavior. You're in control of that. I'm just thinking we're talking about problem and solution today, not just problem and then solution. What about using healthcare? Well, we know, I know, most doctors, raise your hands, please. How many women compared to men do you see in your office every day? Is it 2 to 1? Is it 5 to 1? Chances are it's more than like 10 to 1, right? And when you see the man come, you know something must be wrong, or his significant other sent him, because like you need to go to your doctor. But I do, to their credit, I've seen more, to be fair, 30s and 40s. And although I'm a gerontologist, I still have those patients. But my older patients are becoming more aware that they need to see the doctor, utilize healthcare services earlier and more frequently to find things out wrong. So I get male patients happily who say, Doc, I need to just get a checkup. Because men going faster, they tell me that. So they, you guys obviously know that the more you skip your checkup, the less likely we will find something early. All right, just saying. What about the social factor? Now, this can be debated from now till tomorrow, which we don't have. So here is it. The science, societal norms. Not only the norm, but what tends to happen from the dawn of time. We spoke about occupational hazard. That comes into social factors too. Although women are tending to do, yeah, I applaud you. Women who can go on the rigs. I'm scared. I have a challenge with heights. I am short and I don't like high places. But those of you who can go deal with electrical equipment, well, power tools is really what I mean. Go ahead. Firefighting, logging, mining, construction work, heavy machinery, and you want to do it, go for it. No objections. I would love to start um, that myself, but I am going in construction work right now. So but generally speaking, women would have chosen. Well, I mean, what were the one can argue that this was uh, suppression or whatever, societal suppression. But women were taking the safer jobs. Why? Because mom is nurturing. If mom isn't there, uh, there was just it was just the thought. I mean, nobody's blaming anybody. We're all doing the best we can at any one time. But the more high risk you take, the more the risk to life becomes. The less long you live if something adverse happens. It's the truth. I mean, it's just a fact. So, the final thing in that second section under this third factor. So, we've dealt with non modifiable biology. Okay, two modifiables. One we dealt with is lifestyle. Social now. You know how we girls, we can talk and 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 talk. Well, I certainly can, just, but like women in general, they have a social network. We have that benefit because of, the gen, the I want to say older ladies. That's not what I mean. The elders in some societies who are females. And in general, we form societal groups. We don't call a friend at 2 o'clock and go, oh, you know what happened? Society has not yet accepted or allowed men to have that emotional outlet. Yes, you can have a man shed, and I applaud those. Please have places. I encourage. This is my plea. Please, older males. Please, middle-aged males. Please have an outlet where it's just you and the boys, you and the youngsters, you being their mentor, they being your apprentice. Have a place where they can talk to you in a way that they cannot talk to a female. They're just things that they just are not going to talk to a female about. Where is their outlet? To be fair, I mean, I think you guys have just gotten a bad rap. Your social circle, flocking together, whatever you want to call it, have a social network. Women got that down pat, guys. Come on, stack it up, stack it up. And that reduces the feelings of anxiety, depression, harm seeking behavior. And because we live longer, we know somebody's got our back, we're going to feel happier. Happy is a quality of life. Happiness is a good quality of life. Unhappiness, depression are poor qualities of life. So even if you may live alone, 2 years, and what quality is it? So please, with these three factors in mind, yes, ladies, we're outliving the gents. But gents, we need you around too. We need the balance. We're designed, we're designed for nature and nurture. We're designed not just to take all the brunt. We're designed to nurture. We're nice and soft. Not so you guys are hard, but we're saying there's a role for everyone. And I want you to maintain and respect and regard that role and fulfill that role so that you can live longer, so that you can be there for your boys, there for your grandsons, there for the ladies in your life, whether it's mom, spouse, daughters. We need you. We need you. Daughters need fathers. We need you. So please, that's something you can adjust as well. So you got two you can definitely do something about. And one, okay, that's what you inherited. Here's where you are. Let's just do it. So comments below. I hope these comments are gonna shine and light up the board. So please tell me, what do you agree? Do you disagree? Do we have another conversation on this? We can break this down even further. Jets, what do you think? Disagree? Agree? Challenging? Challenge me. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. But we said we could talk all night, but we can't. So from my heart to yours, Dr. Solana saying good morning, good evening, good night. Share with a friend, like, subscribe, press notification bell. This was helpful to you, or you want to start your own man shed. Don't talk to me. I don't know about starting man sheds. But what I'm saying is, ladies, keep the circle. Gents, make a circle. Let's keep each other healthy so we live longer, happier, not outliving the man, but let's live together longer, happier, connected, connected. Who can say no to that? So, from my heart to yours, Dr. Lana saying good night, good morning, good evening, and I wish you well. Good health to you. Mwah.